Next, I'm just going to call this Valvrave. The story is set in an era when 70% of the human race lives in space due to the development of space cities. Between two major powers, the Dorussia Military Pact Federation and the Atlantic Ring of the United States, Eris, there is a small neutral nation called Jiru that has prospered economically. The protagonist, Haruto Tokushima, a high school student who lives in Jiru, encounters the mysterious humanoid weapon Valvrave when the Dorussia army invades. I don't even understand what I just said, but it's basically Sunrise doing a brand new mecha show, and it looks all shiny and glorious, and I'm biased, so I'm gonna watch Sunrise. I'm gonna watch this. Sunrise doing a mecha show is almost never a problem, unless it's Sacred 7, but that didn't even really count as a mecha show. Anyways, moving on. Toru Kagaku no Railgun, it's Railgun Season 2. I'm not gonna read the synopsis. If you watch the first season, you know what this is about. I watched the first season, same thing with Index. I had my issues with them. Basically, the problem that the plot kind of meandered and didn't really know where it was going and didn't have any real focus. I guess I'll watch this season, but I'm going to be quick on the drop button. I'll give it a chance to have a plot. My problem was that it meandered too much. Both Index and Railgun, they meander way too much and with the plot, and there's no real focus to it. I mean, at least Railgun kind of had arcs that kind of spanned for a while. I don't know. Like I said, I'll give it a watch, but if it keeps doing the same thing, I'm probably going to drop it. I don't really care. Moving on. It translates to something like The Hentai Prince and His Cat or something. Anyways, the story centers around a second-year high school boy named Yoto Yokotera. Yoto is always thinking about his carnal desires, but no one acknowledges him as a pervert. He learns about a cat statue that supposedly grants wishes. The boy goes to pray that he will be able to express his lustful thoughts whenever and wherever he wants. At the statue, Yoto encounters a person with a long-ass name, a girl from his high school with her own wish that she would not display her real intentions so readily. I don't know. This is another comedy. Apparently this is popular because it's a good fan service comedy. Doesn't really sound like my kind of thing, really. But it's still a comedy, so I'm gonna give it, a couple episodes to see if it's funny or not. I don't think it will be based on what I know about it, but if it's your kind of thing, that's how comedies work. So there you go. Anyways. Next episode. Next show, Urano Prince Sama Maji Love 2000%. Yes. This is a sequel to the 1000% TV series. Screw it, I'll read the synopsis. Nami Haruka wants to be a songwriter, so she attends an idol training school filled with beautiful Bishonen. The school pairs each aspiring songwriter with an aspiring idol, but Haruka finds herself paired with 6 Bishonen idols. To make things more difficult, and Nami is also not allowed to date any of her beautiful partners. I don't remember that role in the original show, but then again, it has been a while since I've seen it. It should tell you right then and there, just by the fact that the word Bishonen is in the synopsis, this show is very self-aware of what it is. It is very self-aware, and it gets to practically parody status of what it is. Normally, I don't like these kinds of loving parody kind of shows because it's basically shows that are like, oh, look, I'm doing something that's dumb that other, other style shows of the same style do. Look how dumb it is. But then they do it anyways. It's basically the Uran high school problem of being self-aware but still doing the things it's making fun of. So it's kind of like, wait, what? Udapri is a little different. It goes so crazy over the top with like being self-aware and just being ridiculous that it's just so much fun to watch. I watched it on Nico Nico Doga when they were doing the streams of it when they had the rights to it. I hope they get it again, even though they haven't been doing series lately. And which had people allowed to, they were allowed to comment on the video so that it would, scroll by as you're doing it. And the audience for it was just so much fun, and everyone just like, it was making fun of it, but in a loving way. Like, we were like, yeah, this is awesome when something dumb was going on, or not when something dumb was going on, but when they were being really serious and we're like, yeah, this is really serious. It was a really fun. It was the audience was really fun for the show. Like I said, I hope Nico Nikodoga gets the rights again, but they haven't done shows lately, so they might not. But anyways, the show is it's not really a show that has the problem of making fun of itself and then doing it anyways, even though it sort of does it. It just kind of goes, it kind of points out what it's doing, but then it does that thing so over the top that it's like hard to make fun of it. Like, basically, like you'll have the guys spelling out their problems with their character songs. Like, they'll bust out into a character song with like a random music video going on in the background for no real reason. The main principal was voiced by Norio Wakamoto. And it's like, you know, a show's not taking itself seriously when you have like a really like flamboyant, psychotic principal being voiced by Norio Wakamoto of all people. Like, there's even an episode where in the 10th episode, because there's the thing where everyone's supposed to be doing their own song or whatever for their finals, but they like want to do it together, so they like go and plead with the principal. They go and plead with Norio Wakamoto to be able to do it as a group, and at first he's like refusing before he's about to fly off in his private helicopter. And then they start singing, and there's like this really awkward 4-minute scene where like it basically seems like he's like having an orgasm. It's really weird. Like, he makes all the noises for it, and he flies through this black background with like hearts going everywhere, and he makes these really weird noises. It was hilarious when it happened. Like, the people leaving comments on Nico Dogo were going like batshit, laughing their asses off about it. It was the best thing ever. And then in like the final episode or second to last episode, like, he pops up, like, they're having this big dramatic moment, and then they're like trying to figure out something, and Norio Wakamoto pops up out of fucking nowhere and solves their problem with like exposition. And that's just the type of show that it is. It's so much fun, and it makes fun of itself. It's great. Okay, I spent a lot of time on that show, but I felt like it deserved it in an explanation for how much fun it is. Besides, I'm almost done. Unfortunately, I've gone over the 2-episode time limit, but I can break this under the third one. It should be okay. Unfortunately, I have a lot of editing to do. Anyways, next we have Suisei no Gargantier, which I should know the translation to, but I forgot it. In the distant future, the Human Galactic Alliance has been constantly fighting for its survival against beings called Hideyasu. I think. This text is kind of small, I can't read it. During an intense battle, the young Lieutenant Rito and his humanoid mobile weapon chamber are swallowed up into a distortion of time and space. Waking from his artificially induced hibernation, Rito realizes that he has arrived on Earth, the planet on the lost frontier. On this planet that was completely flooded by the seas, people live in fleets of giant ships, salvaging relics from the sea depths in order to survive. Rito arrives on one of the fleets called Gargantia, with no knowledge of the planet's history or culture. He is forced to live alongside Amy, a 15-year-old girl who serves as a messenger aboard the Gargantia fleet. To Rito, who has lived a life where he knows nothing but fighting, these days of peace continue to surprise him. This is a show that everyone else is looking forward to. Both Attack on Titan and this show are being hyped up to be the shows of the season that everyone should watch. This one, as if you don't know, is being written again by Urobuchi Gen, the person who wrote Madoka Magica, and recently Psycho Pass that finished, and the visual novel Saya no Uda. I may have said that too fast. Saya no Uda. I think that's how it's pronounced. So he's writing this too. It should be fun. I think Madoka Magica is fantastic. I haven't read Saya no Uda, and I had my problems with Psycho Pass, which I'll cover in my review, which will hopefully come out not long after my Orno Omoto video. But I still mostly enjoyed it. It was still great fun. So, I'm looking forward to this. He's a good writer. He has his problems with some issues sometimes, but for the most part, Urobuchi Gen is a good writer, and generally a lot of, writers who tend to only nowadays seem to focus on, all the stupid fan servicey harem garbage throwaway crap nowadays. So it's good to have a writer who actually likes to take a story seriously, even if he slips up at some points. I can respect that a lot. So yeah, that's the other show I'm looking forward to. That and Attack on Titan. Next is... Why is this on the thing? A re-airing of Katanagatari. No one's gonna sub this because it's just a re-airing. It's already subbed. But nonetheless, this is a show I actually need to watch. I didn't watch it when it first aired, and someone told me that it actually is a really good show. So I'm gonna actually give that a go around when I have some time. So that'll be fun to watch. But anyways, next show is the sequel. Yes, another one I can skip. And we also have Sparrow's Hotel. The story revolves around Sayura Sato, the new front desk worker at the Sparrow's Hotel, the closest hotel to heaven. Her special features are her large press and her skills of assassination, because everyone knows those go together perfectly. She takes down people who cause trouble in the business hotel with those skills, but she is in fact very unskilled when talking to the male hotel manager and often bites her tongue. Wait, those skills? Oh, I think they mean all of her assassination skills. I was like, wait, do boobs count as skills now? This seems really stupid, but it's also a comedy. It's being done by some studio I've never heard of, so it's probably going to be some really short, like, flash animation kind of thing, I bet. Maybe I'll give it a go if people actually sub it. If it doesn't get subtitled, then I won't care. Just off the synopsis, I don't really care, but again, since it seems like it'll be a short flash animation kind of thing, I'm willing to give it a chance. Next, we have Asian Rishiden no Shima Kusaku. Anyways, synopsis. The success of... way to translate it in the synopsis. The success of Kosakushima in Asia depicts the life of Kosakushima, a Japanese white-collar salaryman who devotes his life to his company. The title takes... The title? God damn it, you guys. The title takes a look at the corporate subculture of Japan. Basically, a really economic kind of thing. Doesn't sound like something I'd really care about. And then the other three shows are a stupid kid show that I don't care about, and something about Lucky Star, but I don't talk about Lucky Star because fuck Lucky Star. I just got like 20,000 people mad at me for saying that. The rest is basically OVA and movie specials that I don't really care about, but I have a few extra minutes, so I guess I can talk about some stuff I'm looking forward to. What can I mention? I guess in the OVAs I could point out the 4 Anime Mirai shows that are gonna do, or shows that are gonna air. I don't think Crunchyroll or any legitimate group ever actually picks these up, but you can find these on a site, or you can find them from fan subbers if, you know, torrenting or XDCC is your thing. Basically, this is Anime Mirai. It used to be called the Young Animators Training Project, which is basically when they got new animators into the industry by letting them direct and animate their own kind of little thing. Basically, they usually end up being out of the ordinary kind of things and seem pretty cool. Usually they're one episode kind of things. Like, it's just one episode, generally about 30 minutes long, I believe. And that's it. They're just like one shots basically. They're generally pretty entertaining to watch, if anything, to see, you know, these new and up and coming people in the industry trying to get their what's the word I'm looking for? Their feet wet. So that should be kind of interesting, if anything, because a lot of these actually are pretty interesting shows this time around. I know this first one, whatever the hell that's pronounced, Aruvu Rezeru, whatever. I think this was actually on a chart a couple seasons ago, but then it never ended up airing or something? Or maybe it's a part of another show. Maybe it's like a spin-off or something? I don't know. But that shouldn't be right, because it should be original. But anyways, it was on a chart a couple seasons ago, and it never ended up airing for whatever reason, so... now that it's actually going to be part of a thing, that'll be fun to watch. But anyways, so that should be interesting, whatever. If anything, because now I'm really curious about what the hell it is, because I don't even know myself anymore. I'm so confused. So I'll watch that. And then Little Witch Academia is being animated by Gainax. I thought it was actually going to be a series that they were doing, but I guess it's just going to be a Anime Mirai project. So that should be pretty interesting. I've seen a couple sketches that have come out from them about it, and it looks like it's got some pretty good animation, and it looks like it could be pretty interesting. I don't actually know anything about Ryo. It's apparently something about, synopsis says, Japan being in different turmoil due to different ideologies. Still, it should be interesting. Generally, most of Anime Mirai tends up to be interesting. Some of them are not too great, but, you know, they're still fun to watch. And the last one is Death Billiards, which sounds like the greatest title ever. I don't even know what it's about, because there's not even a plot summary, but it sounds like it's going to be great fun. I have a couple seconds to cover what movies I want to watch. Are there any movies coming out? There's the Dragon Ball Z movie. That ought to be pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, everyone makes fun of the Super Saiyan God mode, but, it should still be pretty fun. You know, it's Dragon Ball Z. When has it not been stupid? You know? Like, it can't be any stupider than the Majin Buu arc. So that should be fun to watch. Steins Gate, the movie's coming out. Everyone's been looking forward to that for a long time, so that should be good. And then there's the Higurashi movie coming out. I'm not sure if I want to watch it. I've seen the trailer for it. It's just basically like a kind of spin-off kind of thing where Rena and, what's-his-face, main character guy, go around killing people. They go around beating people up and, like, killing them. It's really weird. But I might give it a shot when it goes around. But anyways, that's all for my season preview that I've covered and stuff. So I will see you in my next video. And bye, guys.